So today I'm going to be talking about my eyebrow piercing. I got an eyebrow piercing almost a month ago, and I would just like to say that I am very happy with it. Proud even. Like, girl, I was so nervous to go in to the piercing shop and be like, dude, stick metal in my face. Cool. But that is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm going to be talking about my pain, I'm going to be talking about the experience, and other stuff that I'm not going to remember right now, but I'll remember that later in the video. Let's walk. So first I'm going to start off with what I had to do and what had to be done before I got my piercing. So I got it done at Eye of the Lotus in Edmonton, and what I had to do first was just do a checkbox form, which basically said stuff. Have you eaten anything in the last 24 hours? Have you drank anything in the last 24 hours? Taken any medication in the last 24 hours? Raped a cat in the last 24 hours? And then after you do that and show your photo ID, then they take you into this room and they have a piercer that's ready, and they like wash their hands, put on their just regular gloves. All they do is they ask you to sit on this bed thing, kind of like what you would see at a hospital, except not really. Do you know what I mean? They ask you to sit on this bench thing. Yeah. And then what they did next was they basically took blue ink and they made dots for where it's supposed to go. They say, hey, are you happy with this? You look in the mirror they give you, or if there's just like a floor length, whatever you call it, mirror, you look in it and you're like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Or no, change it. So they change it. And if they don't, well, that's bad. Go to a different piercer. For me, she put it in the perfect place the second time I asked her. So, it's good. And then what she did, because it was easier for her to get the piercing in quicker, is she lied me down on the little bench thing, and then she clamped my eyebrow with this metal clamp thing, and then she asked me to take a breath in, take a breath out, and as I was breathing out, she stuck the needle through. After we did that, then she cleaned it up a bit. If there was blood, then she wiped it away. I don't think I actually had blood when she pierced it, but after she did that, she just did another quick alcohol swipe, and then she put in the ball to the piercing, and then after that, I sat up, I looked in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy with it. Then we paid her, and then we left. Now I'm moving on to pain. So personally, I'm pretty good with handling pain, but I'm still a bit of a pain wuss because I don't like expecting the pain. Just because pain in general makes me really nervous, but when it actually comes to when the pain happens, I'm cool with it. It doesn't really make sense, but whatever. So for my pain, I'd have to say that it was about a 3 out of 10, to be honest. 1 being least painful thing you've ever experienced, and then 10 being the most pain that you've ever experienced. It's as if you had been put into the pits of hell. So yeah, it was a 3. And if I'm being honest, it was the clamp that hurt way more than the actual piercing. The actual piercing was probably a 2, and then the clamp hurt so much that I barely even felt the piercing. And it wasn't so much painful, but it was more just uncomfortable and like, I wish we could stop now. So now for the aftercare and like healing process. Woody water. I don't know what that was. I think it was English, but I don't know. So I also forgot to mention that mine was done with an 8 gauge. And so after the healing process is done, you are supposed to wait about 3 months before you do attempt to change the jewelry out. The jewelry out yourself. I actually did end up going back to the piercing shop, and I got this other piercer to change it out for me to make it a shorter bar, because when you get it pierced, it does swell a lot because it's a fresh piercing, which means it's an open wound, and then there's a lot of blood that flows to that area, so then you have to have room for swelling. So I had a bar a little bit bigger than this, or I guess not bigger, but it was longer to allow for swelling, and then it ended up getting to the point where it was too long, so the ball kept untwisting itself, so I had to go back and get that fixed. So I just ended up getting a new one, which is shorter, which is shorter. Okay, I'm done blabbing. Also, the lighting keeps going light and then it keeps going dark. I do not like this. Alright, well, that's it for this video, so I hope you liked it. Goodbye.